Must be Cliff's net. Yeah, I guess it died for a sec. Oh, there you go. I'm back in the green. Yeah, I think my internet died for a sec. That's super rare. That never happens. Cut the net. Honestly, it's pretty close to a pretty good stopping point. It's almost 4 in the morning. I really got caught up playing this game. Just talk to Amy. Let me go talk to Amy again real quick. Where is she? I guess I should run towards whatever... Oh, there it is. There she is.
Yo, Amy. Who's your friend?
This Coco says they need to find their one true love before it's too late.
That's lame.
They've been too shy to express their feelings, but if they don't do it now, they may never get the chance.
You got all that, huh?
I feel like the dimension I'm in is translating for me. It's strange, but feels natural.
Well, you always had a knack for weird insights. Who am I to argue?
Well, don't you worry. We'll reunite you with your lost love.
I would think we've got more pressing issues, but again, who am I to argue?
The guy in the box of the game. Oh, and then all these dudes appeared. Alright, let me see. What we got? I got 14 skill points. There's all these missions all over this place. Got 3 of the Chaos Emerald. Yeah, at this point it's just mostly busy work, right? Oh, there's a level there. Okay. I already got that Chaos Emerald. Oh, I guess it wants me to go over there. Yeah, I think this seems like a pretty good stopping point right now. Go ahead and save data. Dude, this game is so much more fun than I thought it would be. Like, it's pretty fun. I can tell it's going to probably end up being grindy, but like my first couple of hours with the game, I'm extremely surprised at how fun like it is. It's good to control. Seems like they didn't fuck over the PC port. It's well optimized for the most part. There's like a couple graphical glitches, but and there's still some pop-in, but the pop-in hasn't been so bad that it's been like distracting me. Like I know there's pop-in and I know it's happening, but it doesn't happen all the time. Like at least on PC when I'm playing, like it's kind of subtle and it's not breaking my immersion of the gameplay. And then like the speed's pretty good. Apparently you can get faster down the line. There's like new techniques I haven't learned. Combat is actually pretty fun. Leveling's pretty fun. The fishing was cool. I like the levels. The levels have like an incredibly good soundtrack. Like when you're playing a level, it's like this high BPM trance or house music. And you're just like, oh shit. And they're fun. The challenges are challenging, but not like brutally hard. At least not yet. Open world seems pretty fun. I'm really surprised, dude. Oh, and those other mid bosses, like those weird bosses you find around the level where you can like run up their arms, or you're like trailing behind that one that's making like a path behind it and you gotta like dodge the shots. It's all elements that Sonic has done before, but in like a unique way. So, I mean, it's definitely not a bad game. It's at the very least, like after this point, if the game got really shitty or worse, at this point, like based on the mechanics I've experienced, this is at least mid. You know, obviously that can change. You know, who knows? Like 4 hours down the line, I'd be like, oh my god, I have to grind for a bunch of shit, and there's missions all over the place. This is really tedious, or something, or it gets repetitive. I don't know, but like initial response as far as a Sonic game, much more promising than most. It functions. The story takes itself not too serious, but it doesn't feel like I'm playing like a kid's game. You know, kind of like I mentioned earlier, where it's like Like when Sonic talks to you or during cutscenes, he's not overly positive and just like annoying and full of energy. He's still kind of like smug, but you know, everybody's not just overly energetic and talky and like annoying. So it just works. It's like really good. Yeah, they definitely seem like they gave a shit. I stand by, like, my opinion won't change on this, but like the floating rails, like when you look up and you see this shit, I still think this looks like garbage. Like there's flying platforms and rails all over the place, and it looks lazy as fuck. Like there's just no denying. Like the gameplay is fun, and it's fun to grind on all these random rails and shit, but like this all looks like fucking nonsense. Like I feel like there had to be a better way to handle this, but maybe there wasn't. I don't know. I'm not a game designer, but I can tell you that if you showed me this, I'd just be like, this looks like a fan game where they just had a giant generated open world and then just took a bunch of rails and assets and threw them all over the fucking place, and it looks like shit, right? And that, I mean, it does. It like just floating rails attached to nothing, and just spring pads and boost pads and little squares, little like square floating platforms attached to nothing. It just all looks stupid. But I mean, that's the shittiest thing that I can stick to from what my initial response from the game. I stand by that. Like I still think that looks bad, but man, the gameplay, when you're running around and the skill trees and like the combat with different types of enemies, you have different ways of approaching it. It's good. It's fun to play, man. It's definitely not, the gameplay is more engaging than like most 3D boost Sonic games, you know, like Sonic Colors. I think it's better based on gameplay alone, not the whole product, but like gameplay, this is better than like Sonic Colors or maybe even Sonic Unleashed, you know? The presentation overall, like it obviously took a lot of different things from other Sonic games and then just like kind of put it into an open world, like when you're boosting and you're dodging left and right, like that's not anything new. Like they have that in other Sonic games, but now it's like you do that when you run into a particular enemy. Like that's how you deal with that bigger enemy. And it makes it like really engaging. Yeah, it's pretty sweet. Yeah, the PC port hasn't crashed or anything. I only saw like graphical glitches like with the water when I was fishing. Like that was definitely like a texture or something glitch going on there. Did I beat the Titan? The one with the long arm, yeah. I would agree, but doesn't most Sonic games where they have a bunch of stuff thrown around in the stages? Yeah, but that's the difference, though. Like, I brought that up, because, like, Sonic Adventure 1 has that, Sonic Adventure 2 has that. A lot of the modern Sonic games have, like, floating rails that aren't attached to anything, but they're also in, like, linear, one-way levels. Like it's made in a level where you do grind on a rail and shit. It's like you go by it really fast. So like City Escape, you know, there's like some random rails and poles all over the place, and because it's linear, those sections you kind of like grind on those rails and then you like leave. Or like Sky Rail in Sonic Adventure 2, or Crazy Gadget like you're in outer space. You know, those sections you kind of grind them and you kind of like move on. But when you're in an open world and like and then you're just standing there looking at floating rails that you're not interacting with, that's different, right? There's difference if I'm actually on the rail and it's part of the level and you're like grinding and doing all the cool shit, you know, it's almost like you're on a roller coaster ride. But when you're in an open world and you just have all these floating rails and platforms all over the place and you're just looking at it, it looks like you're in a part of the level you're not supposed to be in. You're not supposed to be looking at these rails and these platforms from this perspective. Looking at it like this is sort of like if you fell through the map in Sonic Adventure, or you went out of bounds in Sonic Adventure 2, and you're just like, and then you see all the floating platforms and like random rails. It looks stupid, it looks shitty, but you're not supposed to be looking at them from those angles. You're supposed to be looking at them while you're riding on them, so it's fine. But when you're in an open world and they're just like random shit fucking thrown all over the place, it looks like garbage. You know, you can't, like, there's just no denying it from like like a game designer standpoint, it just looks like garbage. I don't know how you would fix it. You know, I don't really have like a solution as a game designer. I mean, maybe you could bother making it look like it's attached to stuff, or adjust the terrain of the level and kind of tone down how many fucking crazy rails you do have. Like, look at all this shit. You know? Like, limit it to like 2 of these fucking rails or something like that, and then you could actually make it look like it belongs in the world that it's in. But I don't know. It's not like it's a, like I'm saying, it's not really like a, it's not like it breaks the game or just like it's irredeemable or anything, but there's just no denying that I think a lot of people's initial responses looking at this are like, oh, Sonic Open World. And then you show people that haven't played the game this, like myself, and your initial response is like, wow, that looks like shit. And Sonic is known for being shitty, so this is probably shit. And then even when you watch the gameplay, you're like, that's probably monotonous, smashing the same button over and over again, not realizing that there's other skills and techniques that you can earn, and there's strategies for dealing with different enemies, and it's actually a lot more engaging gameplay wise than it looks. So yeah, man, I would definitely recommend checking this game out before you think it's shitty, you know, because I was definitely talking a lot of shit. Pretty fun. Could be worse. I mean, I've only played for like a few hours, so maybe it gets really crappy down the line. And I'm like, oh no, it's actually shit. My bad. But initial responses, I'm having a good time. I don't know if it was built for PC or ported to console, but console definitely struggles to run the game properly at a higher frame rate. And there's a lot more pop-in. Like, the pop-in is much worse on console, from what I hear. Even on PS5. Alright. I think this is a good stopping point. I already saved. Let's go to title. Awesome. I'm also still disappointed that I don't have the Sonic Adventure shoes. These lame adventurers shoes. What a fucking... I'm so sad I don't have the adventure shoes from like Sonic Adventure 1 or 2. What a fucking bait and switch. I can't believe they're shitty, ugly brown boots. Like, who the fuck? What a troll-ass extra. There's somebody laughing their goddamn ass off that was in development for this game, and they're like, yeah, check it out, Adventurer's shoes. And everyone's gonna think it's the Adventure series, but it's gonna be the ugly-ass brown boots. Get fucked. Alright, chat.
Battle Athlete.
Thank you guys for hanging out today. I really appreciate the support. Huge shout out to Amnitron for the awesome gift, Sonic Frontiers, and also to all the people that like donated and bits and resubs today. Yeah, I really appreciate the support today. I should be streaming tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see what's up. I usually try to stream on Fridays, but I usually end up like doing something else and then taking the night off. You know, I usually go out to do something and I'm like, ah, fuck, it's late already. Yeah, it was Amnitron. Amnitron gifted me the game. Oh, right, the stream started over. So the credits from the last stream didn't get played. Yeah, that sucks. But I'll go and shout them out myself. Riley donated. Superstar DC donated. Happy Poop donated. And Wasabe donated like a massive amount. So yeah, shout outs. Also Game Fighter gifted a sub. Thanks for all the support, guys. The financial support goes a long way for me, so I hope you guys know I appreciate it. I'm gonna find somebody to host now. Yeah, thanks for the Veterans Day donations. Really appreciate y'all. Let me see who's live right now. Luigi. Oh, dude, Juno. What's he playing? He's playing something interesting. I'm gonna send you guys over to Juno, okay? Alright, you guys have an awesome night. Later.